سلام سلام كمسك الختام عليكم أحيي بابنا يا كرام ومن ذكرهم أنسنا في الظلام.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. You are welcome to the introductory part of yet another important series of supplication. In this series, we are going to learn the set of supplications known as Adhkaar al-Sabah wal-Masa, translated as morning and evening adhkar or morning and evening remembrance, but I would like to call it morning and evening devotion. These are a set of supplications that are to be said every morning and evening, preferably after Salatul Fajr and Salatul Maghrib. But before we get to the supplications, there are three things I would like to outline. The first thing is that we are going to learn the supplications in lines. And per my division, when a supplication is more than 4 lines, we are going to divide it into 2. For example, when a supplication is 6 lines, we are going to divide it into 2, and then we learn the first 3 lines in one episode and the second 3 lines in another episode. Secondly, some of the supplications involve Quran recitation, and how we are going to learn that is that I'm going to play the recitation from the reciters and just write the Arabic text, the translation and transliteration, which means I'm not going to do the Quran recitation. The third thing I want to say is something that I have said before, but I have to say it again since this is the introductory part of our series and for the sake of those who just joined our group, which is when you look at the transliteration part of our text, you realize that some alphabets are in red and some are in blue. Whenever you see alphabets in red, it is telling you that we have what we call shadda in the Arabic text. For that matter, that alphabet should be pronounced as if it is 2, which is already written in the transliteration part. For example, when you have Ar-Rahman, 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 here you realize that the R is in red, so it will be pronounced as if it is 2. So you have Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahman, so Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahman. Another example is Muhammad, Muhammad. Here you realize that the M or the 2 M's are in red, so you pronounce it as if it is separate, like Muhammad, Muhammad, so Muhammad, Muhammad. Another example is Al-Quddus, Al-Quddus. Here it will sound as if the first D is silent, so Al-Quddus, Al-Quddus, Al-Quddus. Secondly, when you see alphabets in blue, it is telling you that that part of the text should be prolonged. For example, when you have Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahman, you realize that the 2 A's are in blue, which is telling you that that part should be prolonged. Another example is Ar-Rahim, Ar-Rahim. Here you realize that the 2 E's are in blue, which means that part should be prolonged. Ar-Rahim, Ar-Rahim. And another example is Al-Quddus, Al-Quddus. Here you realize that the U or the 2 U's are in blue, which means that part should be prolonged. So Al-Quddus, Al-Quddus. So these are what we should know as we move along in this series. Our first supplication for this series is Ayat al-Kursi. But in order not to prolong this video, as this is the introductory episode, we will leave it for the first episode, which is episode 1 of this series. Until then, my name is Hamza Ibrahim Al-Hadi. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.